subtle, constant nagging in the background. And the only moments it's not there, as you may have noticed, is when you are fucking alive and you are expressing yourself in the truest way possible, and you're taking the most courageous step you can possibly think of in that moment. And usually we call this discipline. So we're also going to reframe discipline a little bit. But let's say courage. You're in your most courageous moments. You feel alive. You feel your stream. You've accelerated towards the ocean. You've gained mass, spiritual mass. And for that period of time, for that moment, and it has an after effect, until the courage wanes and the old thoughts come back and you start listening to all those noises again. But when you have a moment of clarity, which usually results from courage, from no bullshit attitude towards yourself, from perceived discipline, from going for it, from doing it, from having faith, trusting, moving forward, saying yes to this inner impulse without inhibition. Every moment that you do that, this nagging background feeling, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I don't do enough, I keep procrastinating, I feel so distracted, I can't focus, I wonder what my calling is, when is the next Be Live session so I can juice up again. All these, that nagging background feeling is always there, except when you're acting on your calling. So if we use the visual of your single live stream towards the ocean, which defines your destiny, and is already inborn in you, it is already your blueprint, you cannot change this. This is the theory that's not absolutely true part. A little bit more on that in a minute. So it's not absolutely true, but for this intent and this purpose, I encourage you to take on the view, the perspective that it is true. The perspective that your destiny is already completely set. Just imagine that for a moment. Your stream, your river, is already completely set. Which doesn't negate free will, by the way. It doesn't cancel free will. But the flow of the river, the shape of the river, and think about it. Let's say that you take a little inner tube or one of those blow-up boats and you go somewhere into a river. You are at some point in that river between the glacier ice of the incarnation and the ocean of God. You're on that river somewhere along that river's unique path to the ocean. But as we speak already, although you might be consciously, let's say, 10 kilometers downstream from the glacier ice and 100 kilometers away from the ocean, that same river, which is you, that same river already has its shape figured out all the way to the ocean. You're just not there yet. But it is a single stream, you see. It's not like where you are riding the river right now consciously with your conscious mind. It's not like you're creating the river right there and then, and you're deciding, oh, let's go left. Oh, let's turn this river right. That river downstream, your future self, is already carved out. Now, yes, you might erode that a little bit left and right. There is some flexibility in terms of your agreements with yourself and so forth. You can give different kinds of expressions to that. You can do a naked little dance in your inner tube, or you can wear a suit and keep your feet straight and super focused sunglasses on. But this stream of your life is already reaching the ocean at some point in the nonlinear future. So apply this to your sense of calling and see if you can conjure up the feeling, and this is important, or this is powerful. If you can conjure up the feeling that my life is actually already determined. And I mean this in an exciting way. I don't mean this in all the shit that's about to happen is going to happen anyway. I mean that your calling, your purpose, your stream, your destiny is already known, it's already complete, it's already there. The only option you have is not whether to turn left or right with your river, because the river already found its path to the ocean from your soul level perspective. The only question you have, the only option that you have, at least within this theory or angle, is you can either hold on to one of the boulders sticking out in the river, aka resistance, fear, hesitation, trying to create your own life for yourself, trying to visualize yourself into all these amazing manifestations that you think you want that may not have anything to do with your river, or to let go, to not get stuck on any boulder, no matter how tempting, that sticks out in your river. In other words, you can flow with courage and faith, surrender, or you can hold on and plan for a life of your own making.